Here in front of me is Blacktail Butte. It's almost 7,700 feet high. And I spy, with my little eye, this little trail going up the ridge here. So I'm going to try to catch that trail. Walking across this sagebrush, across the road. And we'll see if we can find that trail and follow it up that ridge a little bit there. I don't know how far I'm going to go. This is an impromptu, inspirational hike at Grand Teton, at Gros Ventre Campground. So let's get on our way, see if we can make this happen. And on my journey to Blacktail Butte, we've reached the tree line from our campsite. And now we're going to proceed up that ridge in front of us and across the road. Well, we got a little irrigation ditch here. And then when the settlers came out and made permanent homes, they made many irrigation ditches. All right, and we're up that little ridge. And there is the road right in front of us. Let's continue our journey. This is looking back in the direction which I came. Within those light green trees in the foreground, that's our campground. The road is right behind me. And here's the road, the park road that goes to the campground. The entrance is to the left. That was only 0.4 miles, so it is so quiet out here today on a Thursday, June 6th. Now the trick is going to be to find the beginning of that trail in the center of the picture. So we have a lot of line of sight. We're just going to go for it. Lots of holes out here, burrowed in by animals. But I read in the pamphlet that there could be badgers out here. I don't know if that's what these holes are that we're finding, but could be badger. Let's get on top of this ridge and take another look. Every view of these Tetons is just incredible. But right here we're looking in the direction to the right of what's called Moulton Barn. There's a famous Moulton Barn and other buildings in that area in the distance past that tree line. There's a beautiful little creek in those trees out there in the middle distance. All right, so our goal is this here trail, so let's go straight for that. Went just a little bit further and we found this dirt road. Trail is to our left, so I'm going to head up the road just a bit and get even with that trail and go for it. More sagebrush. They're going to cut in right here. And here's a fairly recent hole that was dug by one of these prairie animals. Definitely have to ask a ranger what we're looking at. And they always have more than one entrance or exit as they might need. So you see these little lumps of dirt out here, usually indicating one of their holes. Now look how close we're getting to the trail. A little further. Beautiful mountains to the left and to the right. Now this is a big one. I don't know, for size sake, here's my foot. All right, and the hole is at least, it's bigger than my foot. They're everywhere out here. Here's another one. All right, we're going to try to stay focused on the trail. Well, looks like I took the more difficult route, but maybe more adventurous, to this trail. That looks like a trailhead parking right there. I would have stayed on the dirt road and took a left, but this is an outstanding route I'm taking here right now. There's our destination. Looks like I stumbled along a little elk or deer trail here. I did see some elk prints behind me. And I have to say, the closer I get to that butte, the steeper that trail looks. So we're gonna get onto it, see just how high we feel like going today. Following the deer trail. And here's some prints. Look like elk to me. And here is the beginning of the trail. It is very steep, and that's just the first little knoll. So I'm going to head up there, maybe go to one more ridge. We'll see. There are 4 cars parked here in the parking lot, so there are other people on this trail. Looks like we might have a little bit of Indian paintbrush here. This is about as steep as it gets. We'll get a view from the top. I think the plan will be to go up those switchbacks and assess just how far I feel like going. We are up there quickly. Moving on up. So I'm reaching the point that I think I'm going to call the apex of my hike today. We're coming up on what I'm calling the third ridge, or the third knoll, and it's beginning to feel like the top of the world up here. And whenever you hit one knoll or one ridge, there's always the next. So here we are coming to the top of this third knoll, and the summit is beyond, but I might call it right about here. Let's pan just a little bit. You can see the roads of the park down there. Gros Ventre River is beyond the trees in the middle distance. And right here is the entrance road to the Gros Ventre Campground. We're camped at the left edge of that campground right now. You can see the sun reflecting off the RVs and the vehicles. Here's the dirt road that leads up to the parking lot at the trailhead. I'm probably going to take that route back, stay on the roads. We'll see. What a wonderful morning hike. It's been about an hour. I think I've gone about a mile and a half. I'll check. Glorious day. I'm walking along this tree line here on my right. A few more steps. Beautiful yellow flowers up here. We'll bring you up to the top of this little knoll. Lots of elk droppings around here. Haven't seen any bear yet. So now we see that the trail descends. And then I would imagine ascends out there somewhere. So this is going to be our stopping point right here. I think was it Blacktail Butte, I think. Not quite at the summit, but a beautiful hike today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll rest here and head on back down. So the hike up was 1.4 miles. Took me about an hour, and I'm about to head back down. So again, hope you enjoyed this little hike. Impromptu, inspirational hike, not planned at all. What a beautiful country. This guy's giving me a show. He's checking me out. Holy cow, he's close. This guy wants me. He's not more than 20 feet away. Doing his thing.